What's up? Jeff from Retro Arcade Gaming on YouTube, back with another of our reloaded videos, where I take a fresh look at one of my very first videos that's no longer posted on YouTube. Up today, my favorite arcade game of all time, Donkey Kong, released to the arcades by Nintendo in 1981. I'm going to try to do something a little different in this video and do some editing between levels so I can try to present all of them in a timely fashion. That way, I can give you a proper look at all the levels for each platform without taking 10 or 15 minutes to get to them all. So, without further ado, here is the North American release of Donkey Kong via MAME. The main difference between the North American version and Japanese versions, European versions, is the order in which the levels are presented. Another different approach. In the past, I've usually done the releases by year. Today, we are just going to go alphabetically by platform. Because so many have multiple releases, I want to group them all together. So up first, the Ocean Software release for the Amstrad Color PC from 1986. I actually like this port. It's one of my favorite. I like the looks of it and its attempt to be faithful to the original arcade game. All 4 levels are present. Next, the Apple II release from 1984 by Atarisoft. Again, all 4 levels are present. Take it for what it is. It's a 1984 Apple II release. From the Apple II, we moved to the Atari 2600. This was released by Coleco, and I am still convinced to this day that Coleco released an awful port for the 2600 just to make their ColecoVision port look that much better. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. It's just the first two levels, the barrel levels and the rivet stage. That's it. On repeat. Over and over and over again. There are two notable homebrews for the 2600. First up, Donkey Kong VCS. This was released by Joe Musashi, M-U-S-A-S-H-I, in 2012-2013. It's a very good recreation of the arcade version of Donkey Kong. However, it's a scroller, meaning the entire playfield isn't visible at once. It scrolls as you progress through the levels. I'm just not a big fan of scrollers and that style of gameplay, but I do give it props for producing a far better version of Donkey Kong on the 2600 than previously available. All four levels are available, which is a huge improvement in itself. Another homebrew for the 2600, Donkey Kong Arcade, retains the somewhat crude graphics from the original, but unlike Donkey Kong VCS, it presents the entire playfield at once. All four levels are available This is a great homebrew for the 2600. It was released in 2014 by Byte Night. From the 2600, let's take a look at the 1983 Atari port for the Atari 8-bit system. Not terrible, and it does contain all 4 levels. A release was made available on the Atari Age forums in 2018 by Playsoft and Daryl 1970. This has much better sounds and graphics than the 1983 release we just looked at. It goes by the name of the Donkey Kong Double Pack. The original release for the Atari 7800 by Atari was in 1988. Similar to many of these early releases, this one skipped the cement level or the foundry level, the factory level, whatever you want to call it. Otherwise, it's a decent play. 392 released an enhanced version to the Atari Age forums in 2012 entitled Donkey Kong XM. It features better sounds, updated graphics and AI, and the addition of the fourth level. A very nice play on the Atari 7800. In 1982, Coleco released the far superior version of Donkey Kong, at least in comparison to the Atari 2600 port for their own ColecoVision console. It does only feature 3 of the 4 levels. The Cement Factory level, the 4th level in the United States, the 2nd level in the Japanese version, is omitted. The far better Coleco version was released for the Coleco Atom, which, if you had the money, was the basically home computer version or expansion for the ColecoVision. It did contain all 4 levels and the intermissions between those levels. Coleco also released their popular Tabletop handheld, which was shaped as an actual arcade cabinet. The Donkey Kong version was released in 1982, features the first 2 levels, the North American levels as I call them, the barrels and the rivets. It really doesn't bear much resemblance to the actual arcade game, other than the theory behind the 2 levels, but somehow back in 1982, we all loved these devices, and I wish I had a collection of them now because they're worth a ton. There were two official releases of Donkey Kong for the Commodore 64. The version you prefer is entirely up to personal preference. They both feature all 4 levels. Up first, we're going to look at the Atarisoft release from 1983. This one sounds better, plays more fluently than the next version we'll look at. Ocean Software released their Commodore 64 version in 1986. It looks more like the actual arcade game and includes intermissions, but sounds are worse and it doesn't play as fluently as the Atarisoft version, at least in my opinion. Homebrew was released in 2016 by Oxyron for the Commodore 64. I'm going to call it a mashup of the Atarisoft release and the Ocean Software release. It looks more like the arcade version and has intermissions similar to that Ocean Software port, but plays fluently and sounds better, similar to the Atarisoft port. It's kind of the perfect mashup between the two, like I said. The only thing I don't like is the color palette that was used. It's not real arcade accurate, but that's probably more of a limitation on the platform than anything else. Now we're going to get to the rinse, lather, repeat stage of the program. A lot of the next ports are going to look familiar because basically they're all the exact same port. Up first, the 1983 release for the Nintendo Famicom. It only features 3 levels and excludes the North American 4th level or the Cement Factory. The Famicom Disk System release in 1988, exact same game we just looked at. Only features the 3 levels, just presented on a different medium for a different system. Up next, the interesting Game Boy release, which starts out like the arcade version of Donkey Kong. You play reworked variants of all 4 levels from the original arcade game. After you beat the 4th level, Donkey Kong makes off with Pauline and opens up 9 worlds, which you typically see in your Super Mario games, things like that, featuring an additional 97 stages. We're just going to go and look at the first 4 levels that are recreations of the original arcade game levels today. The Game Boy cartridge was also enhanced for the Super Game Boy, which was a SNES cartridge. You put your Game Boy cartridge into it, played it on your Super Nintendo, adds a Donkey Kong style arcade cabinet around the game, has better enhanced sounds. Two variants available for the Game Boy Advance. Up first, the e-reader variant, which came out first, was released in 2002, which is exactly the same as the Famicom and the Famicom Disk System releases, and also later most of the NES variants, so it's going to get real repetitive. A cartridge version was released for the Game Boy Advance in 2004 entitled Donkey Kong Classic NES Series. It's the exact same version as the NES version, which we haven't looked at yet, but that version is also exactly the same as the Famicom and the Famicom Disk System releases. So if you're getting tired, hold on, because we got quite a few more of these. I almost thought of combining all those in just a one and just said it's on all these systems. But I kind of like the idea of you get to see each system and how the game plays. It's no different, but at least you know now that all these versions are exactly the same. Anyway, want to play Donkey Kong on your GameCube? You could if you had Animal Crossing and had the proper code. Visit Tom Nook at the store, input the proper code, he would present you with the present. Opening that present reveals the, guess what, NES version of Donkey Kong. Exact same version we've looked at a few times already. So we're going to give you a break from those duplicate NES Nintendo ports here and jump to my theory that Coleco intentionally made crappy Donkey Kong versions for their competitors of the day and apply it again to the Intellivision. Only features 2 levels, the barrel and rivet stage. The graphics aren't great, nor are the sound effects. It's better than the 2600 release by a large margin, but that's not really saying a whole lot. Carl Mueller Jr. made a far superior homebrew in 2002 entitled Donkey Kong Arcade for the Intellivision. The graphics have been tweaked, the sound's greatly improved, and it was expanded to include all 4 levels. Atarisoft released a port for MS-DOS in 1983 that features all 4 levels. There are also 2 different color modes on this one intended for RGB monitors, the other intended for TVs. I'm not sure that I can say either one looks better than the other. The sounds are about as good as they're going to get from a PC speaker. ChamProgramming released the awesome ChamPcong for the MS-DOS platform in 1996. This one recreates the original arcade levels very well. The sounds are a bit off, but not nearly as bad as the sounds from the PC speaker. Ocean Software released a port for the MSX in 1986. It's a decent play, which includes all 4 levels and intermissions. So back at it, the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES, got the Arcade Classics series released in 1986. Only features 3 levels, omitting the Cement Factory, and is exactly the same port as the previous versions we've looked at. Enjoy. Donkey Kong Classics was released for the NES in 1988. Guess what? Same game we just looked at, but it also includes the NES port of Donkey Kong Jr. So similar to the GameCube, the Nintendo 64 didn't really get a dedicated port of Donkey Kong. However, in Donkey Kong 64's Frantic factory level, you'll run across a Donkey Kong arcade machine in the storage room. Beating all 4 levels rewards you a golden banana, the first time you do it, and the second time, a Nintendo coin, needed for 100% completion. In 1982, the Nintendo Game & Watch got a Donkey Kong release. Really, the only similarity is Mario, Donkey Kong, and a few barrels. But it's called Donkey Kong, so we'll include it here for completeness. This is also available on the Nintendo DS Game & Watch collection. There were two later releases in Game & Watch Gallery 2 and Game & Watch Gallery 4 for the Game Boy, but they're not real faithful to the original arcade game, and I'm not going to include those today. The Super NES got a homebrew release in 2012 from Super GNES. So there's a few versions of this floating around. The latest version includes all 4 levels, where the original version did not include that 4th North American level or the Cement Factory level. It's a real nice play on the Super NES. Atarisoft released a port for the Texas Instruments TI-99-4A in 1983. This plays pretty well, includes all 4 stages, decent sounds, unfortunately no intermission screens. In 1982, the TRS-80 color computer got a Tom Mix software release entitled Donkey King, later shortened to just The King. I believe this one includes all 4 levels. I could not get that far in the game. I tried for like an hour, and I just couldn't beat the second level. I always ran out of time. The TRS-80 non-colorized version, so the very first releases, also got a release in 1982 by Wayne Westmoreland. I'm not going to look at that one today. Actually, I'm probably never going to look at just the TRS-80 period. We'll just look at the TRS-80 color computer ports. In 2017, John Kowalski, aka Sockmaster, guy must wear awesome socks or something, translated the original Donkey Kong arcade game's logic to run in native 6809 operations on the TRS-80 color computer. It does require a 512K Coleco 3. It would later become the foundation for the awesome Donkey Kong remixed ROM hacks. The Uzebox, which is a homebrew console, got its own port of Donkey Kong. The port was developed by Paul McPhee. It does include all 4 levels, plays pretty well. Note that I'm emulating this in MAME, and the sound emulation for the Uzebox is not at 100% compatibility yet, so you'll notice a lot of sound irregularities. That's due to improper emulation, not due to the port itself. The VIC-20 got a Atarisoft release in 1983. As expected, graphics aren't awesome, and the sounds aren't great, but considering the platform and its limitations, it's really not a bad play. It has all 4 levels included. So rinse and repeat with the virtual console titles, and we're only going to look at one of these for the Wii, the Wii U, and the 3DS. Basically the same NES Famicom release we looked at 10 times already. Only 3 levels are included. This is the virtual console title playing on the Wii U. Finally, a proper version was released in 2010 for the 25th Anniversary Red Wii systems and for the Virtual Console. Entitled Donkey Kong Original Edition, it finally includes all 4 levels. Amazing. Only took 25 years. Ocean Software released a port for the ZX Spectrum in 1986. Sounds pretty bad, but really doesn't play all that bad. All 4 levels are included. And that, my friends, wraps it up. 41, if I counted correctly, variants of Donkey Kong for various consoles. I hope you enjoyed. We'll be back with another of our remastered releases in a week or two. Until then, happy gaming. Peace.